The following is a presentation of RoCo Radio Sports. Rock solid tradition. Excellence on the diamond, at the plate, and on the mound. This is your home for Cougars baseball. RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com. We now take you inside the Sam Jones Baseball Complex for Rockingham County Cougars baseball and get you ready for first pitch. Here's Jay Ramey and Jonathan Hatley with your RoCo Radio pregame show.
Subbing Dex for the Kid, and we're greeted here with sunny skies, 70 degrees at the Sam Jones Baseball Complex for Rockingham County Cougars baseball. Mid-state 3A action here from the field as the Cougars at 3-1 host the 0-1 Ben L. Smith Eagles. Joe Dexter, Jonathan Hatley from behind the dish as we bring you Cougars baseball. It's been a strong start for these Cougs. They've played really well. They only lost to Millbrook, a top 25 team in the state power rankings.
Yeah, this Rockingham County baseball program, you know, it's built-in tradition. They've been a solid baseball program ever since I was playing against them in high school. And, you know, you can't get the smile off my face just being out here to cover baseball. So I'm looking forward to this one.
The Cougars led by the 2024 Manager of the Year in the Mid-State 3A, Zach Apple, who's 40-16 during his tenure here, his third season with the Cougars. The offense, Jonathan, and we'll talk with Coach Apple coming up here in just a bit on your pregame show. The offense has got off to a strong start for the Cougars, but it's really been the pitching that has led this team.
Oh, definitely. 2.1 ERA and a 980 fielding percentage for this Rockingham County Cougar squad. Just a solid defensive team. They don't give up a lot of runs, not a lot of earned runs when they do give up runs. A little bit walk heavy for my taste right now, but I think that'll get under control as the season progresses and they get some more games under their belt.
Coach Apple, 25-5, his conference record in his tenure here with the Cougars, including an 8-0 record against these Ben L. Smith Eagles since 2022 for the Cougars. They've outscored the Eagles 146-4 in those matchups with 6 shutouts.
Yeah, and I'm kind of expecting more of the same tonight, to be honest. This Ben L. Smith team is full of freshmen and sophomores. Their last game, their first conference game, they were shut out by Atkins, and according to Max Preps, didn't get a walk, didn't get a hit. So Atkins pitched a perfect game against them. They got an experienced pitcher coming up on the dish in Nate Revis tonight, and he's got a 0 ERA. So, you know, if he can keep them off the bases through walking them, I expect he's going to have a good game.
Coming up on your pregame show, we'll hear from Manager Zach Apple here in just a bit. We'll have your starting lineups. We'll take a look around the horn and so much more. We'll take a look at your scoreboard and standings in the Mid-State 3A Conference as we get ready for first pitch. It's the Eagles and the Cougars right here on RoCo Radio. Let's hear from head coach Zach Apple. Your RoCo Radio pregame show here from Sam Jones Baseball Complex as we get you ready for Mid-State 3A Conference Baseball. It's Ben L. Smith and your Rockingham County Cougars. We're joined with head coach Zach Apple. Coach, I want to start with pitching, a 2 ERA to start this season. What have your thoughts been overall on your pitching staff? You've had great starts from your guys.
We definitely have. Our pitching staff is kind of our anchor. It has been for the last couple of years. You see a lot of older guys, even though we're young overall. We've got a lot of juniors on the staff, but a lot of guys with varsity experience, big game experience, and I really think it helps us kind of just settle in, and we go as our pitching goes. When they carry us, that's when we seem to do our best.
Offensively, you've had some timely hitting as well. You've got 32 hits, 6 of those extra base hits, and 826 OPS as a team. Who have you been not surprised, but who have you looked to see that has led your team offensively so far to start?
Honestly, our lineup's one of those lineups, especially in our conference, that any given night, any guy can lead us. Starts at the top with senior leadership. Nate Revis has been leading all for us the last couple of years, and a catalyst like that gets on. He popped a home run against Southern the other night that kind of opened us up after a slow start. But 1 through 9, we've got the ability. We really push to go gap to gap and just drive the ball hard and try to create havoc and put pressure on the next man. And so far, we've done that pretty well.
It's pretty good when your leadoff hitter's got a .412 average and OBP. That's what you're looking for to get on base. How much is small ball part of what you guys are looking to do? Not necessarily just because you guys play small ball, but it's a big part of the game.
It is for us. It's something that we take extremely serious in practice. Small ball is one of those things. If we don't do it, then we don't hit within practice. So our guys have really bought in over the last couple of years and understand, there's not going to be a lot of games that we need it, but when we need it, we got to make it count. So it's one of those things we harp on every day. Every BP round leads off with small ball, being able to execute the bunt, the hit and run, and we use it as another tool to be able to put pressures on defense, especially maybe when we're not hitting it good for a night. We've got more than one way that we can create runs.
Talk about your senior core. You've got some guys, you got several returners, but the senior core definitely stands out, as do the junior class.
We've got 5 seniors that have contributed a lot over the last couple of years, and then like you said, our junior class is a big class, and there's a lot of depth of varsity experience, guys that have got 30 plus varsity games already, and we still look to return a lot of them next year. So it's a lot of fun. It's a wise group beyond their years as far as their age and their leadership. Obviously, those 5 seniors are guys that are going to play catalyst for us this year, and we're going to miss them when they're gone. But it's one of those things that we talk about, of passing that on and leaving a place better than they found it, and it's a group that tries to do it.
Talk a little bit about Hudson and what he's meant on the mound and at the plate. I mean, you're talking about a player of the year last year, and just looking at what he's done so far this year, he's off to a strong start.
Huddy's a special guy. Obviously, what everybody gets to see on the field in the game is just kind of a product of who he is. He's a guy that puts in a ton of work. He's a gym rat and a dirtbag. He spends a lot of time in the offseason getting bigger, stronger, faster. Obviously, everybody's seen how that translates for him on the field, both with the bat and on the mound. And he's a real student of the game. He's a quiet leader, not going to say a whole lot, but he's a guy that just puts his nose to the grindstone and goes and gets it done.
Coach, what's your message to your guys early in the year as you start to warm up, the weather starts to warm up? Did you approach the game a little bit differently at the start of the season as you work your way in?
I think one of our biggest things that we have really pushed and harped on this year is this group knows that they're special. And so we can't take that for granted. And a lot of what we talk about is not necessarily going and competing against the team in the other dugout, but competing against ourselves to be that 1% better every day. If we can be a little bit better every day, take care of our own responsibilities, then it doesn't matter who's in that other dugout. As long as we've got each other and we pull in the same direction, we're going to be just fine.
And one last one for you, Coach. Who are we going to see on the bump tonight?
Tonight you'll see Nate Revis to start, a senior. We had some games bumped back from last week because of weather, so he'll toe the rubber for us and kind of put us back in spot. So he'll be leading off and pitching for us tonight.
What do you see from him on the mound as his coach?
He's a guy that's a bulldog. He's going to get up there. He's a high-energy guy. He's going to come right at guys, try to dictate the strike zone, and force guys to make contact. And as long as we're making plays behind him, we're going to be all right.
I tried to sneak one past you. I said one more, and I gave you 2. Sorry about that, Coach.
That's all right. I appreciate it.
Coach, good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you, gentlemen.
That's head coach Zach Apple of your Rockingham County Cougars here on your RoCo Radio pregame show as we get ready for Mid-State 3A baseball from the Sam Jones Baseball Complex in Wentworth, North Carolina. It's the 3-0 Rockingham County Cougars. They are 2-0 inside the Mid-State 3A, taking on Smith, who is 0-1. Just one matchup, that coming against Atkins just not too long ago, a 15-0 loss. Well, we mentioned today's starter, Nate Revis. It's been a strong start for him on the mound. 4 innings, a 1-0 record, 17 batters faced, 3 strikeouts and 4 walks, and a 0.00 ERA for Revis. And for the Cougars, a strong start with that 3-1 record. We mentioned the loss to Millbrook, a team that's ranked 23rd with Prep Baseball Report's power rankings across the state. Other than that, it's been all golden. We go back to the 8-0 win, our first game here on RoCo Radio, where Hudson Deal was delivering. He had 12 strikeouts on the mound. Another matchup with Southern Guilford on Friday, a 10-1 win. Nate Revis at the plate, 3 for 5 with a home run and a double, 2 runs scored. Hudson Deal, a 2 RBI single as well, 10 for 32 at the plate were the Cougars, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts at the plate. RBIs for Cole Behe as well as Nick Rumley, Brady Ross, and Bryson Apple at the plate. Strong outing as well for Rumley. 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, earned run, 13 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Cole Behe, 1 2/3, no runs given up, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. 51 of 84 pitches for the combined were strikes on the mound. So let's look at your recap. The last time out for Rockingham County. Let's take a look at your standings across the Mid-State 3A Conference as we get ready for first pitch. Rockingham County atop the standings at 2-0 alongside Northeast Guilford, 3-1 on the season. Northeast Guilford 2-4 overall. Dudley sits at 2-1 in the conference and 3-2 overall. Atkins also 2-1 in the conference and 2-3 overall. Southern Guilford at 0-2. Smith is 0-1. High Point Central is 0-1. Eastern Guilford is 0-2 in the conference for Southern Guilford. 1-5 on the season. High Point Central just 1 game on the tally so far. Eastern Guilford off to an 0-5 start. As the team takes the field, Joe Dexter, Jonathan Hatley, the fastest trigger man inside. Rockingham County is Hatley, who just wrote a whole lineup down in his scorer's book in the matter of time that I was able to give you a recap and the standings. I've never seen somebody write a lineup card so fast.
That's a lot of practice, Joe. You know, I've called a lot of baseball tournaments, done play-by-play, done official scoring, and, you know, you get 10 minutes between games, and you get these lineup cards 2-3 minutes before they start. You got to get them down and get them in the book.
You better make sure that the pencil is sharpened, right?
Hey, that's why they made mechanical pencils. I mean, if I had to rely on a pencil sharpener, I'd be in trouble.
Let's talk a little bit about the balance at the plate. For the Cougars, 21 walks to 19 strikeouts, 8 stolen bases has been a big thing for them, being to play the small ball, which we talked with Coach Apple about. How much does small ball play a factor in games where you just need to get something going? And we saw that in your first game against Southern Guilford.
Oh, it's big time. You know, if you can lay down a bunt for a base hit, if you can advance a man on a sacrifice to get him into scoring position with no outs, you know, you get 2 tries to get them in. You know, it's a good way to manufacture the runs that they need. And against the competition that they're going to face in the Mid-State 3A, they should be able to play small ball throughout the season. And they've also got some guys that can hit the big ball too. You know, Revis has got a home run on the season. Hudson Deal already has 2 on the season. You know, they can hit for power, they can hit for average, and they can do the little things, sacrificing guys over, put on the hit and run. You know, whatever it takes, they're going to do to try and win a ball game.
Revis will lead things off for the Cougars, a .412 average, .412 OBP, a 1.118 OPS, 7 for 17 at the plate, 2 doubles, a home run, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored for Revis at the top of the order with 2 stolen bases as well. For the Cougars, in the middle of the order, it will be Deal. Deal has had a great year at the plate, hitting .273, 3 of 11, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. The player of the year last year in the conference, hit .396 overall in the season with a .495 OBP with 36 hits. Of those 36 hits, he drove in 34 runs.
That's impressive. Almost an RBI per hit. That's just ridiculous numbers. You know, he's the guy that you want up at the plate with a runner in scoring position. You know, you're going to get runs when you got a guy that can hit like that.
Impact Baseball's top 10 player in the class of 2026, Nick Rumley as well, off to a strong start offensively. He'll hit fourth tonight, hitting .300 with a .533 OBP and a .933 OPS, 3 for 10 at the plate, but 5 walks drawn and a .333 average with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, and you add on top of that, he's got a .389 ERA as a pitcher. Carolina commit, Rumley is going to be a major force on this team throughout the season, and I expect as they make their playoff run, it's going to take some big games at the plate and on the mound for them to make a deep playoff run.
Joe Dexter, Jonathan Hatley here on RoCo Radio, RoCoRadio.com, bringing you this Mid-State 3A baseball clash on the diamond here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex. Well, I want to take a moment to congratulate the son of Sam Jones, Jake Ziggy Jones, who has taken over as the athletic director at Roberson Community College, and they're starting up athletics for the first time. He'll be the head baseball coach over there starting in spring of 2026 is when they'll start playing. He's already recruiting. Guess who his assistant coach is, Jonathan?
No idea.
Rockingham County legend Angel Zarate, who just ended his professional career with the Guardians. He'll help Jones at Roberson. So congratulations. Wanted to get that out of the way. Hired, I believe, in December, but just a great – it shows the extension of this program across the state and where it stands alongside the powers across North Carolina.
Oh, without a doubt. And Zarate was an absolute powerhouse here at Rockingham and eventually at UNC. Just a phenomenal baseball player. Any guy that can make it to the majors is bound to be a phenomenal baseball player. But for him to come local, that's amazing. It's one of just a few names from these Rockingham County baseball programs that have made it to the majors. Right off the top of my head, I can think of Brian Mitchell, who went to the Yankees organization, and Alan Webster, who went to the Red Sox organization to start, I believe it was. Mitchell, he played his ball here. Webster played across the county over at McMichael.
Yeah, and we won't hold it against Zarate that he was a Cleveland Guardian. Sorry, a Detroit Tigers fan speaking. Sorry. But no, he had, I believe, a 770 OPS plus with his time in Lynchburg with the Hillcats. So he had a good professional career as well, making the choice to get into coaching. But you just love to see that, the extension of Rockingham County baseball across North Carolina. So it'll be interesting to see how they do starting in the spring of 2026. They've already started recruiting. They've got several players on the roster, so wanted to say congratulations to Jake Jones.
And these Rockingham County baseball programs, not just Rockingham County, but even you extend it over to Reidsville. We've got college commits playing baseball all over the county. Christian Scales, who's going to be playing in the state basketball semifinal Thursday night when we cover it, committed to Norfolk State for baseball.
It's the Cougars and the Eagles on the way here on RoCo Radio, Mid-State 3A Baseball. Ben L. Smith and the Rockingham County Cougars. Man, you smell that?
Oh, yeah. Hot dog.
Some things are just right. It's 70 degrees. The smell of hot dogs in the air. Baseball's being hit as we warm up defensively. The Cougars on the field. The Cougars will be in their home whites with the Rock inscribed across the chest with black numbering today. Aren't you excited for baseball? It's going to be a lot of fun this year.
Oh, yeah. When you said something about covering baseball, I was like, oh, please let us cover baseball. I've missed it. I've been out of the game for a couple of years now because the Eden Parks and Rec hosted a lot of state Dixie youth baseball tournaments in the past years, and that program's kind of fallen off. And I've missed being out here on the diamond year after year. This is definitely my favorite time of year as far as sports go. I mean, I love football, I love basketball, but baseball is by far my favorite game to watch.
So tonight, what are you looking forward to see the most? What's what you want to see from the Cougars as they move forward in their season, look to move to 4-1?
I just want to see him swinging the bat. I don't know what kind of pitching Smith has, but, they gave up 15 runs to an Atkins team that could very well be the Cougars' toughest competition in the Mid-State 3A. I want to see them get the bats going. I want to see some of these guys that haven't seen the field a whole lot get into the game, get an at-bat. It's the kind of thing where you can really work on things to get you ready for later in the season and have some faith in a guy when he's had some at-bats and he's gotten a few hits in spots. You don't feel bad going to him off the bench if something happens to one of your starters, they go on a little cold streak, get into a little slump. You can go to one of these guys and count on them for getting on base, getting a run in, that kind of thing.
The Cougars meet here on the third base side, just about ready for first pitch. We'll have your starting lineups coming up in just a bit. We'll look around the horn before the start of the top of the first inning as well. As the players meet on the field, Ben L. Smith will be in pretty cool uniforms. They're gray with the green, gold, and white stripes down the midsection of the uniform, white numbering with black trim and gray pants here on the road for the Eagles as they meet as well on the first base side. We're just about ready for first pitch. Tonight's starter for the Rockingham County Cougars is Nate Revis. 4 innings pitched, a 1-0 record, 17 batters faced, and 0.00 ERA, 3 strikeouts to 4 walks, with 5 left on base.
And Ben L. Smith is going to counter with number 7 freshman Yadiel Aristi, who is a left-handed pitcher. Coming out with a left-hander, that might be the move against a good team. A lot of players or a lot of teams don't have a left-handed pitcher, or they've only got one, and they can only throw so much batting practice. So, seeing from that opposite side of the mound, it can throw a team off.
All right, Hadley, we'll have our Star Spangled Banner here in just a second, but once we clear that, I'm going to surprise you, and I'm going to have you do the starting lineups for Ben L. Smith since I don't have them. We weren't able to get them quite before the start of our broadcast, so we'll go to Hatley for the starting batting order for Ben L. Smith, and I'll bring you around the horn for the Rockingham County Cougars. But first, we'll go down to the field here in just a second for our Star Spangled Banner, our introduction of our lineups as well on the field here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex, home of the Cougars.
Baseball Complex here at Rockingham County High School for tonight's varsity action between the Lower Rockingham County Cougars. Both teams. Starting with the visiting Smith. The subs first will be E. Spinks. Number 1, J. McDonald. Number 4, M. Moore. And number 12, M. McNeil. Your starters tonight for Smith, leading off, number 9, C. Gonzalez. He's your catcher. Batting second, number 7, Y. Aristi. He's your pitcher. Batting third, number 21, playing second base, C. Patrick. Batting fourth, number 18, playing third base, J. Baskerville. Batting fifth, number 11, playing right field, G. Hernandez. Batting sixth, number 2, playing shortstop, R. Adams. Batting seventh, number 8, playing center field, D. Jackson. Batting eighth, number 19, first baseman, D. Bailey. And batting ninth, number 10, playing left field, L. Ravnell. And now for your Cougars. First your subs, number 5, Carter Matthews. Number 12, Gage Rakestraw. Number 18, Henrik Borkheim. Number 19, Dylan Long. And number 21, Alex Page. Starting lineup for your Cougars, batting first, number 4, your pitcher tonight, Nate Revis. Batting second, playing center field, number 1, Luke Strittmatter. Batting third baseman, number 15, Hudson Deal. Batting fourth, first baseman, number 3, Nick Rumley. Batting fifth, the DH, number 17, Ethan Bognar. Ethan DHing for the catcher, number 8, Mauro Garcia. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 13, Bryson Apple. Batting seventh, left fielder, number 7, Brady Ross. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 11, Cole Behe. And batting ninth, playing right field, number 9, Gavin Goots. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you're able for the presentation of our nation's colors and the playing of the national anthem. Tonight's colors are being presented by Rockingham County High School's very own NC 961 Air Force Junior ROTC unit. The following cadets are presenting tonight's colors. Cadet Aaron Washburn Revis, Cadet Mackenzie Poole, Cadet Caitlin Pryor, Cadet Brayson Dudley, and Cadet Rio DeRoberts.
The ROTC presenting the colors, the American flag, the North Carolina state flag as well. As we get ready for first pitch, we start with your starting batting order for the visiting Ben L. Smith Eagles with Jonathan Hatley.
As batting first and playing catcher, number 9, Carlos Gonzalez. Batting second is pitcher, number 7, Yadiel Aristi. Second baseman, number 21, Caden Patrick, batting third. Batting fourth, number 18, Jeremiah Baskerville, the third baseman. Batting fifth, number 11, Giovanni Hernandez, playing right field. Sixth hitter, number 2, Rodney Adams, playing shortstop. Batting seventh, number 8, Damian Jackson, playing center field. Batting eighth, number 14, Dejanil Bailey, playing first base. And the final hitter in the lineup, number 10, Ladarian Ravnell, playing left field.
And around the horn for your Rockingham County Cougars, Hudson Deal gets to start at the hot corner at third. Bryson Apple is at short. Cole Behe is at second. Nick Rumley is at first. In the outfield from left to right, Brady Ross is in left. Luke Strittmatter is in center. And Gavin Goots is in right. Behind the dish for your Rockingham County Cougars is Mauro Garcia. And on the mound is Nate Revis. 4 innings pitched, a 1-0 record. 17 batters faced this young season with 3 strikeouts and a 0.00 ERA for the right-hander. as we're just about ready for baseball here at the Sam Jones Baseball Complex. The Cougars on the field warming up as we get ready here for first pitch. Short, compact delivery it will be for Revis from the right side.
Yeah, and just buries it down in the zone.
That's the kind of guy you like, a guy that throws strikes.
Oh, yeah, keep it down, get ground balls.
The defense, a .980 fielding percentage, 2 errors on this young season, 1 double play. We'll see what the defense can do here in the top half of the first inning.
And as a staff, they've struck out 47, given up 25 walks, and hit 4 batters.
47 strikeouts to 25 walks, a 2.10 ERA as a staff. Through 26 2/3 innings pitched. As Garcia, Rumley, and Deal head to the mound. Pat the glove of the starting pitcher, Nate Revis.
They said they needed one over here. I only got. Don't worry about it.
So Gonzalez steps in on the right side for Ben L. Smith. The catcher for the Eagles. Revis toes the rubber on the first base side as we're ready for the first pitch. Down the plate, just outside on the fastball for a ball 1-0. Game time temperature 70 degrees, sunny skies here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex. Here's a 1-0 from Revis. That's right down the plate. Cut on and missed for a strike. Even count, 1-1, just underway. Defense straight away. Deal a little bit in at third base as that one is fouled off down the first base line. 1-2 count to the leadoff hitter Gonzalez. Revis with 3 strikeouts on the season from the right side. He offers to the righty. The 1-2, caught on and missed, strike 3. I'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Nadiel Aristi, the freshman who will get the start on the opposite side for the Eagles. The lefty digs into the box. Middle of the box for the lefty, the number 2 hitter. Revis with the first pitch of the at-bat is a high fastball just outside. 1-0. Revis grabs the dirt behind the mound. Now settles from the delivery. The offering. Nice pitch on the outside part for a strike. 1-1. 1 down here in the first. Nothing score just underway. A strikeout for Revis. Second pitch paints the black on the outside to the lefty. 1-2. Revis is not taking any time. Gets right to the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2 inside. Handcuffed him just a bit, but a nice look from Revis. Even it up 2-2. Glove in front of the face of Nate Revis. The 2-2 pitch. High fastball. 3-2. Good job by Aristi to work back into the count. Full count. Revis works from the delivery. The 3-2. Fastball just misses high and outside. And Aristi draws a walk. They'll bring up Patrick to the plate. Cadence Patrick at second base today from the right side. Aristi with a small lead at first. All Revis is worried about is the hitter at the plate. Just a high fastball. Above the waist near the chest for ball 1, 1-0. Revis from the stretch takes a quick look over to first base. Now the offering to the plate. Nice breaking ball. Just off the plate. Started down the middle and worked its way to the outside. Even make it 2-1. Hitters count now for Patrick. Small lead at first, nobody going anywhere, and that's right down the dish. Here's the offering from Revis. Late on it is Patrick. Even count, 2-2.
That was sort of an excuse me swing.
Revis dangles his right arm now to the glove. Here's the offering home. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Throw the short. Apple makes the play from second to first. The double play. The 1, the 6, the 3, DP. The second double play of the season for the Cougars. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. 0-0 score here on RoCo Radio.
Patrick grounds it back to the pitcher, who goes to the shortstop and back to first for a 1-6-3 double play. Summary for Smith in the top of the first. No runs, no hits.
So no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base after the double play. Let's take a look at your starting batting order for the Rockingham County Cougars. It's Nate Revis leading things off. The pitcher, Luke Stripmatter, will hit second, the center fielder. Hudson Teal in the 3-hole, the third baseman. Hitting fourth, Nick Rumley. For the third baseman, the first baseman, Nick Rumley, hits fourth. Ethan Bogner, the DH, for catcher. Mauro Garcia hits fifth. Hitting sixth is Bryson Apple at shortstop. Hitting seventh is Brady Ross in left field. Hitting eighth is Cole Behe at second base. And hitting ninth is Gavin Coots in right field. Score update at final for the Rockingham County softball Cougars. A 17-0 win over Eastern Guilford.
Good grief.
Around the horn, we take a look for Ben L. Smith. It's Baskerville at third. Adams at short. Patrick is at second. Bailey is at first. In the outfield, it's Ravenel, Jackson, and Hernandez. And behind the plate, Gonzalez. Yadiel Aristi gets the start for Ben L. Smith, the lefty.
And Revis in that first inning threw 15 pitches, 7 balls, 8 strikes.
Started off strong, just lost it a little bit.
Yeah, lost it on that second batter a little bit.
But bounced back to get the double play. Soft ground ball right back to him and made the defensive play. Glad to have you here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex listening in. Cougars looking to move to 4-1. They're 1-0 here at home, a 8-0 win over Southern Guilford in their home opener. As Aristi warms up from the left side.
And not a ton of velocity out of Aristi in warm-ups, but seeing a little cut on his fastball, moving in to out on left-handers.
You know, they say
right-handers.
They say us lefties don't have velocity. You know, it's changing a little bit through the game, though. It used to be if you had a lefty that threw 94, you were doing in business, but now.
Oh, somebody tell me Randy Johnson lacked velocity.
Oh, I mean, that slider would scare you too. Nate Revis digs in, the leadoff hitter for your Cougars. Hitting .412 on the season, 7 for 17 with 2 doubles, a home run, and 3 RBIs. He digs in on the right side. Slightly crouched stance. Bat rests just above his shoulder. First pitch is outside in the opposite batter's box. 1-0. Right back to it is Aristi. No, he'll step off the rubber. He works from the delivery from the third base side. In the dirt, a bouncer. 2-0.
Went from the wind-up for the first pitch, went to the stretch for the second pitch. A little inconsistency.
Defense straight away for Ben L. Smith. And the first strike of the ball game for Ben L. Smith. That one floats down the plate, 2-1. Revis with a practice hack. Now holds the bat straight up above the shoulder. Fouled back. Even count, 2-2. when you see velocity like they have and you see a guy like this, it is hard to adjust early in the game.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, this is probably a good 10 to 15 miles an hour slower than anything that they see.
Here's the offering from Aristides in the dirt on the opposite batter's box. Again, 3-2. Inside, turning the shoulder is Revis. He'll head to first.
Revis draws the lead off
And
walk.
draw the walk.
Now batting number 1, Luke Strittmatter.
Brings up Luke
On deck,
Strittmatter.
number 15, Hudson Deal.
273 average on the season. 3 singles, a 3 for 11 toed at the plate. But he's drawn 4 walks. Scored 6 runs. We'll have a pinch runner for Revis.
It's going to be Gage Rakestraw, number 12.
Courtesy runner for the pitcher at first is Rakestraw. Takes a 2-step lead against the lefty. Aristides' first pitch, he's outside.
Rakestraw Williams, courtesy runner for Revis.
1-0 from the stretch. Pitches, gets back to the backstop here. And Rakestraw will walk into second base. And Strittmatter will head back into the batter's box with a 2-0 count. If you're just joining us, 0-0 score, just underway. Bottom half of the first inning. Leadoff hitter Nate Revis drew a walk. His courtesy runner Gage Rakestraw advances to scoring position after the pass ball. With Strittmatter at the plate. The 2-0. Just misses it. 2-1.
Good cut from Strittmatter, just missed it.
From the right side for Luke Strittmatter. Hitters count as Aristides steps off the rubber, takes a look back to second. Way off the plate. On the offering, the 2-1.
And he delivered quick after that step off.
3-1. Straight up stance for Strittmatter. A 3-1 is sliding in the dirt is the catcher, Gonzalez. It'll be another walk. Back-to-back walks to start the outing for Aristides. That brings up the number 3 hitter, Hudson Deal. On the mound, he's been dealing at the plate. He's dangerous. 273 average, 3 for 11, 3 hits. 2 of those hits are home runs on the season. Runners on first and second for the Cougars. It's Strittmatter at first, the courtesy runner Rakestraw at second. As Aristides steps off the mound yet again. Nobody out. Here in the bottom half of the first inning. Aristides' pitch is low, backhanded by the catcher Gonzalez and stop on the outside part. 1-0. High fastball laced into center field. It's a base hit in front of Jackson. Rounding is Rakestraw. He'll get in to score. Over to third. Strittmatter's now in at home on the error in center field from Jackson. It got past him. And all the way to third is Hudson Deal. Man, he smoked that baseball.
Deal sings to center, and then comes around the third on the air. By the center fielder, and also scores Strittmatter and Revis.
All right, scores. That an RBI single with an error?
The first runner was an RBI. The second one scored the run off of the error.
2-0 lead for the Cougars. Runner on third is Strittmatter. That's going to get off the catcher's glove. Walking in is Strittmatter to score from third base. And a 3-0 lead for the Cougars. As we welcome big Nick Rumley to the plate, hitting 300 on the season, a 533 OBP. I was going to say he's hitting 333 with runners in scoring position, but he doesn't have to drive anybody in now. Base is empty.
It's like leading off.
Aristides, the lefty's pitch is high and off the glove of Gonzalez. We'll He'll squirt here to the first base line. He'll drop the mask, pick it up, and get it back to his pitcher. 2-0. Dead wind here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex. Beautiful day, all day. I couldn't wait to get here to play baseball.
Me either.
Aristi's pitch is outside again. 3-0. All three hitters, I believe, have drawn 3 ball counts.
Yep, they have.
Make that all 4. And here's the offering to Rumley right down the plate, fouled off on the first base side.
Well, I'll take that back. Hudson Deal
He did.
took a 2-0 up the middle.
3-1 for Rumley against Aristi, the lefty. Ooh, outside. Catches the plate, 3-2. Full count, nobody down. 3 runs are in for the Cougars. Way outside, but Rumley goes after it for the strikeout. I'll bring up the DH. Ethan Bognar. Good start for Bognar. 357 of 400 OBP. 5 for 14 at the plate with 2 doubles. 3-0 lead for the Cougars. That one bounces just in front of the righty's feet from Aristi, but stopped by Gonzalez. Nobody on, 1 out. An RBI single for Hudson Deal. Runner scored on an error and a run in on a pass ball as well. Outside from Gonzalez. Or wild pitch, however you see it. Just a high pitch from Aristi, scored strip matter from third.
I'd have to call that one a passed ball.
I'd agree with that. So here's the DH at the plate.
That would have been a wild pitch.
That one's uncatchable from the catcher. That goes back here to the backstop. Bognar at the plate. The shortstop, Bryson Apple, on deck. 3-0 lead for the Cougars here in the first. Here's the offering from Aristi. Good stop. It'll be ball number 4. So Bognar will head to first base. 3 walks in the inning for the Cougars. Brings up the number 6 hitter, Bryson Apple, the shortstop. 2 for 7 on this young season as he digs in on the right side. Close to the plate, even in the batter's box. As Aristi looks to first towards Bognar, and he's on the run. Here's a throw from Gonzalez, sliding in head first with a stolen base. Is Bognar, who's got, that makes it 9 on the season for the Cougars. That's number 2 on the year for Ethan. Now in scoring position, takes a nice lead at second base. Will take a step back towards the bag. The offering from Aristi now upstanding, and another stolen base for Bognar. In standing up, and back to the plate is Apple. Breaking ball, just under it on the swing. 2-1. 1 down here in the first. 3 runs like on the board.
Sounded like he may have tipped it. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think he did get a piece of it there. Aristi's offering at the waist, just a bit above it, must have been. 3-1. Runner on third is Bognar with 2 stolen bases. He reached on a walk. 3 runs are in here in the half inning. The pitch, that one's down the plate to Apple for strike 2. So full count, 3-2. Left fielder Brady Ross on deck for your Cougars. Apple looking to do some damage with runners in scoring position. The Cougars with a .245 batting average with runners in scoring position so far this season. Here's the 3-2. That one bounces in front of the plate, and heading to first is Apple. Runners at the corners for Brady Ross. Getting 7th in the order today for the Cougars.
Number 7, Brady Ross on deck. Number 11, Cole Behe.
Ross hitting .273 on the season so far.
1 RBI on the year. Hitting .400 though with runners in scoring position. Runners on the move from first. Fake the throw down there, and it'll be an easy steal for Apple. Put runners at second and third in scoring position now for Ross. Aristi looks to third. The lefty's offering way high. I think he lost the handle of the breaking ball. So even it up for Ross at 1-1.
Yeah, he's been losing his pitches upstairs in that left-handed batter's box, just throwing some flyers.
Bognar at third, Apple at second. 1 down here in the first, 3-0 lead for the Cougars with Ross at the plate. That one sails away on the left side. Here comes Bognar to steal home. The throw goes way over the head of Gonzalez. In scoring easily is Bognar from third. Now move up Apple to the hot corner at third. And a 4-0 lead.
Manufacturing runs on the delayed steal.
So a 2-1 count for Ross. And a runner at third. Apple exhales after getting over to third. Takes 2 or 3 steps just off of third base. And the pitch from Aristi misses the plate. 3-1. Aristi pitches inside and low at about the ankles as Ross draws the walk. Heads to first base. Runners back on the corners for the Cougars. It brings up Cole Behe at second base. 273 average on the season, 3 for 11.
Manager's going to go out and visit Aristi.
Four runs on the board for the Cougars. A laced RBI single from Hudson Deal, an extra run scoring on the error in center field from Jackson. Made it 2-0. Then a pass ball, Luke Strittenmatter came in to score, making it 3-0. I believe it was another pass ball leading to a score. Steal of home.
Deal scored on the pass ball, and Bognar got the delayed steal to take home plate while Ross was at the plate.
4 runs on the board. A runner at third, a runner at first for Rockingham County, looking to move to 4-1 on the season and 3-0 in the Mid-State 3A.
They're not even going to hold Ross. Watch him take off here.
He had a huge lead. He is halfway to second.
Yeah, and the pitcher just steps off. First baseman wasn't even holding him on. Now he's over there. He's still probably taking off here.
He's on the move. Gonzalez will hold with the runner at third base, so a stolen base for Ross. Runners at second and third for Rockingham County, and a 4-0 lead. Aristi delivers. High and outside, offering at it is Behe for strike 1-1. He looks down at the plate, settles the bat, hands in. Now works him back to about his shoulder level as that one's bounced in the dirt on the far side again from Aristi. Runners in scoring position.
Late in the comments, Rockingham's only lost was to Broughton.
No, Millbrook.
Or Millbrook, wrong Raleigh team.
Here's the pitch, high fastball outside. Millbrook 5-0 on the season, ranked number 23 in the Prep Baseball Report Power 25 across the whole state of North Carolina. Nick Rumley had a great start in that game, just didn't go the way of the Cougars. They lead it here, though, 4-0 with 2 runners in scoring position. Inside to Behe for a strike. It's a full count, 3-2. 1 down here in the bottom half of the first. A good start for Nate Revis on the mound for the Cougars. A strikeout and a double play, just 15 pitches. In the top half of this inning, as Behe draws a walk.
Aristi walks the bases loaded to bring up the number 9 hitter.
Gavin Goots at the plate, the right fielder. Goots with 4 at-bats, 2 walks.
And one of those was in the game that Jay and I covered versus Southern Guilford.
On the right side, here's the lefty's offering from Aristi is a ball, and
I think he forgot he had a runner ahead of him.
A runner at second base. I believe so. He forgot that the bases were loaded. He was on his way to second. He was about 2/3 of the way there.
2/3. And then they didn't even try to get him.
But he was able to get back. Bases chucked for the Cougars with Goots at the plate. High pop-up. First base
come
way.
up with it.
Bailey camps under it, loses it, and it drops down. They're going to call an infield fly rule. I believe that's what the call is.
Yep, infield fly.
So an infield fly out keeps the bases loaded. 2 down. And back to the top of the order for Nate Revis. Revis with a walk in his first at-bat. So 4 runs on the board for the Cougars with the bases loaded. I believe just one of those runs so far coming off of a hit.
Yeah, just one. Revis scored on the Hudson Deal single.
The leadoff hitter takes outside. What a great start for Revis with a .412 average coming into today. 2 doubles and a home run. Works the bat back to above his shoulders. Here's the pitch from Aristi. It bounces off the catcher's glove, and walking in to score are the Cougars. As Apple will score from third, move the runners up to second and third now. With 2 down.
And as a catcher, you've got to get your body down in front of that ball and not let that one pass.
So Ross stands at third. As that one's taken high by Revis. And Behe at second. Outside for a strike. On the 3-0, 3-1. You have a pitch count for him?
46.
Man alive. Right down the plate, opposite way for Revis in right. Getting to it and making the catch is Hernandez, but a runner will tag up. Ross will score.
And that's 3 outs.
Oh, that's 3 outs, yeah.
Yep.
5-0 lead here in the first for the Cougars as we head to the second here on RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com.
Real slides out right field for the third out.
Just one hit.
Summary for the Cougars on the bottom of the first. 5 runs on 1 hit and 2 runs left on.
A 47-pitch first inning for Aristi, just 15 strikes thrown.
Really just 2 hard-hit baseballs, and one from Revis there in that opposite way drive to right field caught by Hernandez. And then Hudson Deal in the third at-bat of the first inning got one that hung up in the plate, and he just lit it up in the center. For those of you that don't know the rules, 105 max pitch, right? I believe that's the max you can pitch in a game.
Yeah, I believe that's it. You have, of course, rest rules when you get above certain numbers of pitches, and I would have to look those up to tell you for sure what they are, but they go to,
I believe 80 or 75 or more, somewhere around there is a 4-day rest period.
yeah, 4 days.
Be interesting to see who the Cougars put on the mound tomorrow against the Reidsville Rams. Here at home, we'll have that coverage. Hatley with the call, so make sure you tune in. As Revis returns to the mound in the first, he got a strikeout of the leadoff hitter Gonzalez. Threw a walk and then got a 1.63 DP. As Baskerville digs in, as we start the top half of the second inning. Right down the plate, inside at the waist with a fastball for a strike. Just 15 total pitches in the first inning for Revis. Works that glove close to his face, the offering outside for a ball. Very compact in his delivery, even with his arms. They're not extended out, they're even with his chest.
Oh, yeah, everything real tight.
Nice outside breaking ball. Swung on and missed for a strike, 1-1. He's got late movement on the fastball. Shakes off the sign from his catcher, Garcia. Now here's the offering, righty versus righty. That breaking ball off the plate, 2-2. Coach Apple called him a bulldog in our pregame interview. He's done that so far. 2-2, opposite slow roller will go foul first base way for Baskerville. Number 4 hitter in the order at third base today for Ben L. Smith. 5-0 lead here for the Cougars. They got 5 runs in that bottom half of the first inning. Deal plays a step in at third, just at the cut of the grass, and that's a strike. Caught him looking. Second strikeout of the game for Revis. That brings up Hernandez, who's in right field. Righty versus righty. Nice little cut piece for a strike, 0-1. Defense a bit back at first base. Just to the left of the bag is Rumley. At the cut of the infield is Behe at second base. And straight away is Apple at shortstop. And even with the bag at third is Deal. Here's the pitch outside. 1-2.
Well, the way Smith's swinging the bat, playing the first baseman back is probably the move because they're going to be late.
Yes. Yep, probably going to lead against a righty to going that way. Gonzalez chokes up on the bat with 2 strikes. Good on and miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Revis.
Hernandez strikes out, swinging for the second out.
Brings up the shortstop.
Number 2, Adams on deck. Number 8, Jackson.
That's Adams digging in on the right side. Crouch stance. First pitch is right inside, right where you want it.
Right across the plate, just above the knees. Beautiful pitch.
Right back to it is Revis. It's going to be just outside, 1-1. Good job by Garcia to pick that baseball up. Almost got the call there. Offering. Late on it is Adams. 1-2. Come on, let's make it 1-2-3 here.
Before that ball went.
1-2 goes back to the backstop.
That ball had slapped the mitt before that bat made it into the strike zone.
Even count, 2-2. Adams steps out of the box. Revis gets the baseball from Garcia. Now back in for Adams on the right side. Right to work is Revis inside. Ooh, just below the waist, between the knees and the waist. 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way from Revis. He ain't taking time to wait. Ground ball to third, picked up by Deal on the backhand. Fires over the first for the out. They go 5-3. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on base.
Adams grounds out the third for the third out of the inning.
As we head to the bottom half of the second inning, 5-0 lead for the Cougars here on RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com.
And an 18-pitch second inning for Revis, 11 strikes thrown.
You like that ratio, don't you?
Oh, very much.
That's a great ratio.
You know, you don't want to throw every pitch dead across the plate. You know, you want to try to get them to chase here and there, but, you know, a good 2-to-1 strike-to-ball ratio, I'll take that all night.
Well, the thing with the strikes, too, for Revis is they're catching the corners. He's working the corners of the plate pretty well. He isn't putting it over the plate too much.
Right, and he's not leaving the ball up very much. He's burying it down in the strike zone, which is what you want. You want to do that to get ground balls and to get swings and misses.
Score update softball, McMichael down to West Stokes, 8-0 at the end of 6. That's a big game. Other score updates.
And showing West Stokes is winning that game?
Yep, 8-0.
Wow.
Both teams are pretty good teams this year. The BCS Wolves leading Leadership Academy on the baseball diamond, 5-2.
And BCS stands a pretty good shot at winning that 1A conference. Got a pretty decent little baseball team over there.
That's in the bottom half of the second inning. Washburn on the mound for Bethany with 2 strikeouts through 1 1/3. Here a 5-0 lead for the Cougars. It'll be the number 2 hitter, Luke Strittmatter, to lead things off from the right side. Aristi returns to the mound for Ben L. Smith. So we're looking forward to covering baseball throughout the year. We'll be here at every single home game for the Cougars. We'll also be across Rockingham County covering baseball and softball. Once basketball ends, we got a couple big basketball games hopefully on the way this weekend, starting on Thursday as Reedsville takes on Bandy's in the final of the 2A West from Lawrence Joel. We'll have that coverage for you. But then after that, it's all baseball. It's all outside. A great time of the year. Looking forward to it.
Watching the American pastime.
Lefty Aristi starts from the delivery, toes the rubber on the third base side, just misses the plate on his first pitch of this inning. I think you said 47 total pitches in the first for Aristi. 5 runs on the board in that first. Several walks drawn by the offense of the Cougars, an RBI lace single for Hudson Deal.
And Strittmatter looked at a little 12-6 curve there for a strike.
1-1. High inside fastball. That might have been the hardest ball that Aristi has thrown today. Inside 2-1, just above the waist, near the hands. Strittmatter with a walk in the first inning. Hitters count. That one hangs on the plate.
It's going to go out.
And foul out of play. Bangs the stands here behind home plate on the first base side. Even up 2-2. A 273 average coming into today for Strittmatter. Even count. Here's the pitch. Lines it, goes the opposite way. And it's dropped off the glove of the right fielder, Hernandez. Strittmatter rounds first. He'll hold up. That was hit hard into right center field. Hernandez got there and hit off his glove, but Strittmatter holds at first base. I'll bring up Hudson Deal, who had that RBI single right up the middle.
Yeah, and that right fielder was almost – he's almost cheating the right center. That right field line is completely unguarded right now.
He's darn near to the 350 sign in center field as that one's thrown back to first. Strittmatter coming into today with 3 stolen bases. He gets a decent lead at first.
Oh, we got our pitching regulations here in the comments, Joe.
Here's the offering. And on the road is Strittmatter. He'll get in standing up at second base. Here's the pitch high. Fastball to Deal. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. That's including the one in the first. Strittmatter's on the run. He got a secondary lead, and he gets in standing up. Back-to-back steals for Strittmatter.
Well, Risty is really struggling holding the Rockingham County runners.
Risty toes the rubber from the third base side. Hangs
Fouled
in the
straight
zone,
back.
Fouled straight back.
Deal was swinging for the fence on the 3-0 count.
If he parks one here, I might go ballistic. I'm just telling you. Runner at third is Strittmatter. Bouncer to the plate and heading to first.
Well, he wasn't trying to hit a C&I single on that one.
Heading to first is Deal. So runners at the corners here in the second for big Nick Rumley, who struck out in the first. 533 OBP on the season.
Big kid with a big swing.
Runner on the move. Deal will get in standing up. No throw with the runner on third. So 2 runners in scoring position now. First base open for Rumley. Another one low. That one just above the shoe tops. Bounces into the glove of the catcher, Gonzalez. 2-0. Adiel Aristi, the freshman, getting the start for Smith. He works here in the second inning. With runners in scoring position, that one sails way outside to Rumley. Congratulations to Nick Rumley, named All-Conference in the Mid-State 3A on the basketball floor. That announced today by Coach Anglero. The 2-0. Breaking ball off the plate. It was actually the 3-0. And Rumley jogs to first base.
And congratulations to another Rockingham County Cougar basketball player, Dalton Dynamite Johnson, named All-Conference and Conference Player of the Year for the Mid-State 3A today.
Sad, I never heard of him. Scored 28 points per game. Better have heard of him, right? Bognar digs in the DH. Led the Mid-State 3A in scoring. Whoa, that one sails past Gonzalez, and walking in is Strittmatter to make it 6-0. Deal up to third base, and Rumley up to second base. Oh, you know how I know it's baseball season?
How's that?
When it hits dusk and you start seeing bats.
Oh, yeah. Getting those bugs up in the lights.
That's right. Here's the offering line drive
that was ripped.
down the third base side. Just foul. For Bognar, the DH.
Well, if that had hit him, it would have left a 2-foot hole coming out.
Even count, 1-1. Runners in scoring position for the Cougars with a 6-0 lead. You're in the bottom half of the second inning. Laid on it is Bognar, but it's going to get out of play and just missed the opposing dugout on the first base side. Shout out to Ronald Barker down there taking some photos. Oh, if you're at a Rockingham County event, you know he's going to be here.
Oh, yeah. And Bognar's feet didn't quite look settled on that swing. He was kind of dancing when he took the cut.
Happy feet. Saw a pitch he really wanted to rip. The 1-2. That's a backhanded stop from Gonzalez. Has to slide all the way to left-handed batter's box to make the stop. Runners at second and third for the Cougars. Bognar pokes it into the center field. It's over the glove of the second baseman, Patrick. Walking in is deal to score. Rumley rounds third. No throw. And 2 runs are in for the Cougars.
A little 2 RBI single. A little tweener for Bognar.
Call that a Texas leaguer. The seeing eye single. But got just enough of it over Patrick.
Little flare.
A little flare. There you go. 8-0 lead now for the Cougars. 3 runs here in the second, 5 in the first.
And our buddy David Woods in the comments with us.
First pitch to Bryson Apple, the shortstop.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Is in for a strike, 0-1. What's going on, D. Woods? Aristi, the lefty, holds on the rubber, stops his look at home, and fakes a throw to first. Doesn't phase the runner at first base, Bognar, who's heading down to second and gets the stolen base after Aristi settled the throw home. So Bognar with a big lead at second now. Aristi, the lefty, toes rubber on the third base side. High pitch at the waist and inside. And walking into third is Bognar. Just 90 feet away from run number 9 as Apple digs back in here on the right side and a 2-1 count. Here's the hitter's offer. That one's outside. Missed the plate on the left side.
And Aristi at 70 pitches on the night so far. Not even through the second inning.
From the stretch, Aristi, the 3-1 pitch.
Fouled back.
Trying to go opposite way is Apple, and it's fouled out of play. Final for Wes Stokes and McMichael on the softball diamond, an 8-0 win for the Wildcats. Here's the offering to Apple, goes opposite way, tries to again, and fouls it straight back.
I'm not going to lie, that's a little bit of a shocker for me. Phoenix were, I believe they were undefeated going into that game.
5-0 heading into today's play. Here's the offering from Aristi, high and outside on the 3-2 pitch. Sends Apple the first. Runners at the corners for your Cougars. It brings up the left fielder, Brady Ross. Aristi takes a look over to first. Not a big lead, but he will step off and look towards Apple. Well, kind of step off. He works right back to the rubber and offers home. On the move is Apple. Thrown from Gonzalez is cut off by the pitcher. Apple walks into second base. Runners again in scoring position, second and third for the Cougars. Big opportunity here for Ross. Bounces to the plate. Gonzalez stops it with his pads. Rolls just a bit off the batter's box to the left side towards the third base line. He picks it back up, gets it to the pitcher.
And Ross drew a walk in his first at bat.
Lots of BBs in the scorebook here tonight. That one started down the plate, but dropped out of the zone. 2-1 for Ross.
And Risty having a little bit of control problems here.
Righty versus lefty. Runners on second and third. Breaking ball loops on the outside part of the plate for a strike, even it up 2-2. Ross takes some practice swings, now back in on the right side, really close to the plate.
Yeah, this entire lineup's been standing right in the edge of that batter's box up close to the plate.
Breaking ball hangs. It's laced into center field. It'll drop in front of Jackson. Jogging in to score are 2 runs for the Cougars.
Ross took a big turn but decided not to go for it.
Bognar and Apple make it 10-0.
2 RBIs for Brady Ross on that single.
He just ripped it to left center. It was almost had a nice slice to it. It looked like it's going to work its way more left, but it dropped.
Yeah,
in
it hit
center.
the grass and it just bounced straight.
We'll see, I believe, a new pitcher here for Ben L. Smith.
Yep, looks like it.
We'll have Patrick come in on the mound from second base. Looks like Aristi will work from second base into center field. And the center fielder Jackson will come in to play second base. Your changes for the Eagles. 10-0 lead, 5 runs in the first, 5 here in the second with nobody out. What do you love to see against the pitching? We talked about this in the pregame and just before first pitch is the velocity maybe not there from the pitchers of Smith, so you've got to readjust in the plate, and how the Cougars have done that on the opportunities that they've been able to hit the baseball is to drive it right up the middle.
Yeah, their contact has just been dead up the middle between left center and right center all night.
2 RBIs for Brady Ross in that last at bat. Hudson Deal with an RBI in the first. And my scorebook's incomplete, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe more walks here so far for Ben L. Smith pitching.
Now pitching for Smith, number 21, C. Patrick.
Patrick
Yeah,
warms
Risty
up.
gave up 9 walks. Picked up 1 strikeout in 1+ inning of work.
Offense has been beautiful. Revis has been great on the mound. 3 strikeouts, a walk and 2 groundouts. And the weather is all you could ask for. No wind. I'm not like Jay Ramey wearing shorts up in here, but I don't need a sweatshirt. So here we go. Patrick gets ready with nobody out. 1 runner on for the Cougars. And Cole Behe at the plate. Drew a walk in the first inning. Righty versus righty. Patrick works from the stretch. It goes
Little hit and run action.
into center field. Rounding is Ross from third. Here's the throw home. High throw. Ross will hold up at third. Good throw in from Aristi in center. But it moves up. Behe to second base. So runners at second and third for the Cougars. 5 runs on the board here in this half inning. They lead at 10-0 here in the bottom half of the second. Here's Gavin Goots, the right fielder.
for Nate Revis.
Righty versus righty. Glove at the waist for Patrick. A breaking ball. Just below the bat of Goots for a strike on the swing and miss. 0-1. Patrick goes to the glove on the 0-1. Another curveball. That one outside for a strike. Not a big looping curveball, but drops just late. Not a lot of velocity on it either.
A little bit of lateral movement, but a lot of drop.
Here's the 0-2. In the dirt, nice stop by Gonzalez behind the plate for Ben L. Smith. 1-2.
And Patrick has almost a three-quarter delivery. It's kind of coming from way outside.
Right down the plate, hit high into left field. Hangs up, going in there to center fielder, diving is Aristi.
Went off
It's off
of it.
his glove, and in left it's picked up by Ravnell. 2 runs will score for the Cougars. 12-0. That was a hanger down the plate. Just about got all of it, did Goots.
And the center fielder had the opportunity to make the play, but it went off his glove.
Aristi worked his way all the way from center field. He was in left field.
Yeah,
trying to
even
make
with the
play.
scoreboard.
So Patrick works to the leadoff hitter, Nate Revis. Outside on the first pitch, 1-0. Still nobody out. Here in the second inning and a 12-0 lead for the Cougs. Patrick from the stretch. Here's the pitch. A breaking ball right down the
Right
plate.
up the middle.
Seeing eye single right off the second base. In the glove of Aristi. As Gooch comes in to score from third. 8 runs on the board here in the second. Brings up Luke Strittmatter, number 2 in the order today.
Now batting number 1, Luke Strittmatter. On deck, number 15, Hudson Deal.
Revis with a good lead at first base. And he's on the move. Breaking ball, no chance to throw from Gonzalez. On the slow breaking ball and standing up is Revis for the SB.
That one was high and tight.
Right side for Strittmatter. High fastball has to duck out of the way. Revis was on his way to third already. Before the pitch, and with the pitch being a breaking ball inside anyways, no throw to third base. So Revis gets to second, now gets to third, 90 feet away with nobody out. Strittmatter, straight up stance. Here's the offering from Patrick.
Pulled it.
Just early on it. And it flies out of play behind the dugout on third base side. Glad to have you along from the Sam Jones Baseball Complex. 5 runs for the Cougars in the first. 8 so far here in the second with nobody down.
David Woods in the comments. They might have to bring him in to pitch.
Oh, no. There's a height limit. You got to be a certain height to pitch high school baseball. Line drive to second. Through the glove, make that at short of Adams. And in to score is Revis. Strittmatter to first base. Another run on the board. 14-0. And at the plate is Hudson Deal. An RBI single in the first. Drew a walk in the second in his first at-bat of this inning. How's that scorebook looking over there for you, Hadley?
A lot of colored in spaces.
First pitch to Deal. Opposite batter's box.
I mean, 9 runs scored already in the second, nobody out. They batted through the order.
Patrick slow from the stretch. Strittmatter runs to second.
Wild
He gets
pitch.
there on a wild pitch. Thought about third. He darn near got there before the ball was even to home plate, if it would have gotten to home plate.
Well, he was definitely standing at second when the ball hit the backstop.
2-0 count.
And that was more than a bit outside.
It was just a lot of bit outside. 2-0. Patrick from the stretch. Breaking ball outside for a strike. Just caught the plate on the left side. Man, I got a feeling. You got a feeling? I can feel it. Some deal power here? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm feeling this one's going to be a run rule.
Here's the 2-1. He's got to catch the plate for him to do something with him. Outside 3-1. On the opposite side on the mound, just 32 pitches through 2 innings for Nate Revis with 3 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, and a walk. Runner at second base, the offering to deal, and he'll head to first base, throw the bat over to or towards the dugout, and draws a walk. Runners on first and second now for the Cougars. I think we're going to have a change here.
Batting, number 21, Alex Page.
We'll have Alex Page in the game for the Cougars from the right side. He steps in for Nick Rumley. $14-0 lead for the Cougars. Oh, that's behind the back of Page on the right side. It moves the runners up to second and third. Page with a little smile afterwards. Now back in the box. Nobody out. 9 runs on the board here in the second. 14-0 lead for Rockingham County. Runners at second and third for Alex Page. Way outside. Couple practice cuts for Page. Waves the bat. The 2-0. Outside 3-0. Page right back to the box on the right side, facing the righty Patrick. Moves those hands with the bat. He'll settle it just before the offering from Patrick. Here it comes. A breaking ball outside past the catcher. Gonzalez holding up at first is Strittmatter. So bases loaded for the Cougars.
Now batting, number 8, Mauro Garcia.
We'll have Mauro Garcia at the plate.
On deck.
He'll switch with Bognar, who's the DH for Garcia. Bases loaded for the righty at the plate. Morrow has a chance to drive in some runs with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch from Patrick. Breaking ball started high. Worked its way to the zone inside, but just misses the strike zone. 1-0. Bases full of Cougars. 9 runs here in this half inning. Another breaking ball away from the plate to the righty. Gonzalez just getting his work in behind the dish for Ben L. Smith. He's done a pretty good job considering.
Yeah, you got to feel sorry for a catcher who's having to catch a staff that's having control issues.
Here's the 1-0. As you mentioned to me in the pregame, a young team for Ben L. Smith, just sophomores and freshmen on the roster. As Mauro Garcia digs in with a 2-0 count. Bases loaded. Breaking ball, the looper. Started inside, worked its way outside for a strike, 2-1. Page at first, Deal at second, Strip Matter at third. Hitters count for Mauro Garcia at the plate. Breaking ball outside. We'll draw the walk for Garcia and bring in a run. Strip Matter will score from third. Keep the bases loaded. It's going to bring up number 19, Dylan Long, in the game.
Now excuse me. Garcia draws a walk. Now batting number 19, Dylan Long.
So Long from the right side. His second at-bat of the season. Breaking ball, nice pitch, inside for a strike. Looked like it was going to come in at the hands, but found the strike zone at the last minute there for Patrick. 0-1, nobody out, still here in the second inning with 10 runs on the board in the inning. And a 15-0 lead for the Cougars as that one gets back to the backstop.
Coach has gone to holding the runners. Easily could have scored on that exchange, but stayed at third.
1-1. Bouncer from Patrick again in front of the plate. To Long. 2-1.
Bjorkheim getting loose in the on deck circle.
Outside. On the offering to Long. 2-0.
I've got 3-1. I don't think they're keeping up with the board very well.
Fouled on the breaking ball right down the plate from Long. Three and two the count. Full count. Garcia at first, Page at second, Deal at third. With Long at the plate. And another walk. Brings up Henrik Bjorkheim.
Long draws a walk. Now batting number 18, all the way from Norway, Henrik Bjorkheim.
Bjorkheim in for Brady Ross. As you heard from the PA announcer. All the way from Norway. Nice couple RBIs here would be nice, Jonathan, but the base is loaded.
Oh, yeah, your first at-bat of the season, I believe. Yeah, go ahead and rip one here.
Here's the pitch to Bjorkheim, down the plate for a strike. He's seen it now, Jonathan. He's seen it.
Yeah, I guess he wanted to give him one. Look at one. Now you got to get the bat off your shoulder.
Patrick from the stretch. Oh, nice cut. Just missed it on the outside. 0-2. Time to choke up for Henrik Bjorkheim at the plate for the Cougars. In for Brady Ross. 11 runs on the board here in this half inning. A 16-0 lead for Rockingham with the bases loaded and nobody out. Cut on and missed for strike 3. Patrick gets the strikeout. Did you hear that?
I did.
As Hendrick was coming back to the
They said, don't worry about it. Same thing happened to Nick in the first.
So we'll see Gage Rakestraw in the game for the Cougars. He's in for Cole Behe. 16-0 lead for Rockingham County. Goes opposite way, laces it into right. It drops out of the glove of Hernandez. 1 run will score. That's Page. And now 12 runs on the board here in the second inning. Despite the error from Hernandez there, that ball was smoked by Rakestraw. Just right to the right fielder Hernandez. So bases remain loaded.
And we're going to see Carter Matthews.
The lefty or the righty goes opposite way down the foul line, the 320 mark, and just foul.
Good cut for Matthews.
So back in the box for Matthews on the right side. He down near pulled that to the foul pole.
He gave it a ride.
Patrick to the glove. Outside for a ball. 1-1. 1 down. Runners on first, second, and third. Hatley's scorebook is getting stressed with 13 runs on the board here in this half inning. Behind Matthews and back to the backstop. The Cougars will hold. You know, I really wish David Woods was here to grab me a hot chocolate. Not really hot chocolate today, but 2-1 the count.
And the air's starting to cool off since the sun got down a little bit.
Right down the plate, just laid on it is Matthews. Fouled on the first base side, and it will stay foul.
Mishandled by the first baseman.
Bailey couldn't quite find it in the lights. Just joining us, 18-0 lead for the Cougars. 13 runs here in the second, 5 runs in the first. A great effort on the mound for our starter Nate Revis with 3 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, and a walk in 2 innings pitched, but he hasn't been on the mound in about an hour and a half. It seems like, at least, as that one's outside. Full count, 3-2 to Carter Matthews.
And that was Caden Patrick's 40th pitch already.
Here you go, Matthews. Let's see it down the line again. 3-2 pitch from Patrick. It's behind.
Threw it behind him.
Can't take that anywhere. So the first for Matthews, and a run will walk in. Get 19-0. As Garcia comes to score from third.
Nick Revis stepping up with the bases loaded.
Back to the top of the order. The top hitter statistically for the Cougars this year, hitting .412 before today's game.
And he's 1 of 2 today.
With a walk as well. Ground ball to short. It goes off the glove of Adams. Into the outfield in left. Adams is able to get it. Not before Long scores from third. There's a run down. Matthews was heading to third. He gets to second, and he'll be tagged out. Now coming in from third to score is the extra run from Rakestraw. Throw to second. Winning the outfield. Revis, though, will hold at second base. So now 15 runs on the board in this half inning. A 20-0 lead. Brings up the center fielder, Luke Strittmatter.
Matthews kicked off second for the second out. Now batting number 1, Luke Strittmatter on deck. Number 15, Hudson Deal.
Defense straight away for Smith with Revis at second base. Curveball hangs up in the zone, inside for a strike, taken all the way.
I'm surprised that Strittmatter didn't just turn on that one and pull it down toward the left field foul pole.
Patrick down the plate again. Strittmatter fouls it off here, first base side. Nice barehanded grab on deck by Hudson Deal. Flips it back to the catcher. That's some third base hands right there. Patrick toes the rubber here on the first base side. Here's the pitch. Stopped by Gonzalez. Outside.
And now you're getting to the point that you even want to bring Revis out for the third. He's been in the dugout for so long and hadn't thrown any pitches.
Line drive, base hit in left field. Revis rounds third. Cut off by the shortstop Adams, but Revis will score. Moving up to second after the RBI is Luke Strittmatter. 21-0, 16 runs here in the second.
Strittmatter singles to left, driving in Revis. Now batting number 15, Hudson Deal on deck.
Brings up Hudson Deal.
Number 21, Alex Page.
RBI single in the first. Ground ball, third base side, foul.
Deal was going right after that one. Deal's not out here to look at the ball. He's swinging the bat.
Is this his third at-bat of this inning?
This is his third at-bat of the inning. Strittmatter led the inning off.
$16 runs on the board. Hudson looking to add another one with a runner on second.
Got a free shoe shine on that one.
Deal waves the bat. Now settles with it. Here's the offering from Patrick. Again behind the batter. Here on the right side. Strittmatter at second after the RBI. Third at bat of the inning for Deal. Right down the plate on the breaking ball. Laces
Slapped
it in
it
the
up the
center.
middle.
Rounding third is Stritt. He's going to get in to score easily. Brings up Alex Page.
Now batting number 21.
I don't think I ever drove in 17 runs in my life, yet alone the Cougars doing it here in one inning.
And Page is going to make his second plate appearance of the night.
Howdy with a decent lead at first. Not too big, though, with Page from the right side. Here's the offering from Patrick. Goes outside. Nice backhand stop from Gonzalez out of his stance. David Woods in the comments. David Wild Thing Woods is warming up in the bullpen. Low and inside.
I think I would pay to see that, actually.
You know, as you get older, you probably know this too. Man, when you're young, 60 feet 6 inches is nothing, but I feel like if I were to step out there right now, it'd feel a lot further away from home plate than I anticipated. Patrick offers inside and high to Page.
Oh, I'd probably bounce it in front of the plate.
It'd be a nice high velocity bounce, though.
I can't throw hard enough to break a window anymore.
Oh, boy. Here's a 3-0 from Patrick. And Page to first. Brings up Mauro Garcia for his second at bat.
I threw my arm out when I was these kids' age.
Page draws a walk, bringing up number 8, Mauro Garcia.
17 runs on the board in this half inning alone, 5 in the first, 22-0 lead for Rockingham County. Runners on first and second for Mauro Garcia. Patrick Haynes in the zone, goes opposite way. Does Garcia to second base. It's off the glove of the second baseman, Jackson. And in to score from third is Deal. 23-0. The old Michael Jordan on the scoreboard. Here comes Dylan Long from the right side.
Garcia reaches no batting, number 19, Dylan Long.
There's a rip.
Drive down the left side, past the left fielder. That goes past Ravenel all the way to the fence. One run is in, that's Page. Here comes Garcia, he'll score as well. And a double, a huge one. Dylan Long.
Standing 2 RBI double.
20 runs are in this half inning. That brings up Henrik Bjorkheim for his second at bat. 2 down. Long at second after the laced 2 RBI double. Breaking ball outside. Get out of there from Patrick, who swung on 3 straight in his first at bat. Bjorkheim in the box on the right side. Patrick from the stretch. And all the love from the dugout. Ooh, held on to that one too long. Late release sends the baseball way past the batter's box on the opposite side and back to the backstop. 2-0.
And 58 pitches in this inning so far for Patrick.
Catcher Gonzalez meets with his pitcher, Patrick, who came in here halfway through the second inning with nobody out. For the starter, Aristi. Bjorkheim with a 2-0 count, back in the box on the right side. Here's the offering from the righty, and it hits him.
And it hit him.
Bjorkheim throws the bat towards the dugout, and he'll jog to first base. The dugout going nuts. They love to see it. For their teammate, Henrik Bjorkheim.
Hey, he got on base, you know.
From Norway to first base in Wentworth.
Any way you can get there.
That's right. $25-0, 20 runs here in the second inning.
First pitcher threw 78. Second pitcher has thrown 59.
Gage Rakestraw now for Rockingham County. Carter Matthews on deck.
Rips it up the middle.
Right past the shortstop, Adams. Holding up his Long at third. Bases loaded now for the Cougars. Bjorkheim at second. That brings up Matthews, who darn near drove one out of here. Pulling it down the 320 mark in his last at bat. 2 down here in the second with the bases loaded.
Gage Rakestraw with just a rip up the middle.
Bases loaded. Righty versus righty. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike.
No, Matthews acted like he
didn't
wanted
like
that one.
You didn't like the call. 0-1. All the marks on the scoreboard, the one that stands out to me, the 0-1, he's in the dirt, 1-1, is the 32. Total pitches, 32 total for Rockingham County. That's all that has been thrown by Revis, and I think the last time we saw him, there was still some sun in the sky. Here's the offering from Patrick. Breaking ball inside at the waist.
Man, this is like the guys in the majors when they get a rain delay. And, you know, you had a starting pitcher. He came out, he threw a couple innings, and he gets an hour rain delay. And it's like, no, we got to sit him. We got to go to our bullpen.
Here's the offering from Patrick, the 2-1. Opposite batter's box, 3-1. You'd love to see what Revis could have done, I imagine, if he won't be pitching out there. I don't know. We'll see. But 3 strikeouts, 2 groundouts.
I mean, you may as well let him come back out, see if he's still on the plate.
Here's the 3-1. Matthews goes opposite way from the right
That was
batter's
hit.
box. In
That's
right
gonna
field,
get down.
Drop down for a base hit. Rounding is Henrik Bjorkheim. He'll get in with hustle to home plate. 1 run is in. 2 more.
3 RBI double for Matthews.
Rakestraw in to score as well. 28-0. Hey, if they score 100, I'll buy you Chick-fil-A.
I don't think it's going to get that far.
Patrick from the stretch. First pitch is a strike to Revis.
I'm running out of spaces for pitch count.
Patrick hangs it in the zone, down the line, and fair for Revis. On the third base side,
He's going to take 3.
he's heading to third, and he'll get it standing up as Matthews scores. 29-0.
Now batting number 1, Luke Stripmatter on deck. Number 15, Hudson Deal.
And Luke Stripmatter at the plate. Right down the plate inside, hit hard into left field. He'll drop down in front of Ravenel. Revis will score from third, an RBI single yet again for Luke Stripmatter.
Stripmatter singles to left, driving Revis. Now batting number 15.
Brings up Hudson Deal.
On deck. Number 21, Alex Page.
We've officially hit the 30 mark. 25 runs here in this half inning. Bouncer on the far side. Hudson Deal came into today with a .273 average from the right side. Facing the righty, Patrick, as it's fouled out of play. Goes down the first base line. One and one to Huddy. Way outside. 2-1 the count. Inside. Did that catch him? Nope.
Came close. Looked like it might have clipped his shin, but I guess not.
3-1 count for Deal. Patrick works from the stretch. Strip matter at first, and that's a wild pitch for ball number 4. Hudson to first, Luke to second, and Alex Page at the plate.
Now batting number 21, Alex Page. On deck, number 8, Mauro Garcia.
Mauro Garcia on deck. Breaking ball outside. Page couldn't get to it. Swung on a miss for a strike. Hangs in there, getting a piece of it is Page, but he'll follow it back. 0-2. Patrick swings the baseball in his hand, takes the right hand to his glove, and here's the offering. Another outside breaking ball, 1-2. Patrick from the stretch, here's the 1-2. Breaking ball.
Popped up.
Popped up to the catcher, Gonzalez. And it's off his glove. Foul ball. Well, the Cougars baseball squad said to the Lady Cougars softball squad, anything you can do, I can do better. This softball team, a 17-0 win with 13 runs scored in the third. Here tonight, the Cougars with a 30-0 lead, 25 runs scored here in the second. Strip matter at second base. Hudson Deal at first with Alex Page at the plate. He'll take that one all the way outside, 2-2. 2 outs here, though, in the bottom half of the second inning.
And runners at first and second. You know, you can get an out at any base.
Page takes a practice hack. Waves the bat as he awaits the 2-2 from Patrick. And outside again, 3-2.
And with that pitch, Patrick just surpassed the starter's pitch count. 79. Their starter threw 78. He's thrown 79 pitches in one inning.
Man.
His poor arm.
Patrick to the plate, fouled out of play. Protecting it is Page.
And runners were on the move with the full count and 2 outs.
Mauro Garcia on deck.
More of that small ball that Coach Apple was talking about. Even with a big lead, it's good to stay in the habit.
First and second for Page. Full count pitch, the payoff. Ground ball, third base side, foul. So we'll reset, 3-2, 2 outs.
And Page still battling.
From the first base side of the rubber, Patrick from the stretch to Page. Breaking ball inside, lined it down the third base side again, and foul. Great at bat from Page. He's been patient at the plate, protected when he's had to. We'll look to reset here on the 3-2.
And he's trying to make he's making Patrick work for it.
Runners on the move, the payoff. Ground ball to short. Off the glove of Adams, picks it up. Thought about going to third, holds on to it instead of going to first. So bases are now loaded with 2 outs and Mauro Garcia at the plate for your Cougars. If you're just joining us, 30-0. Rockingham County, 25 runs here in this second. 5 runs in the first. Bases checked. First pitch of the at-bat to Garcia is outside. You know, you hate to put it this way, but for Patrick, as he gets older, he'll remember this outing when he is successful.
Oh, yeah, this will be one of those. Yeah, I had a tough game that game, but it taught me some stuff.
Backside behind Garcia. As we mentioned earlier, Ben L. Smith with just freshmen and sophomores on their roster.
I had that kind of outing the last time I played Rockingham County in high school. Had a great first inning. I think I got 2 strikeouts and a ground out pretty quick. Then the wind kicked up, and I couldn't find the plate to save my life.
Isn't that the worst?
And I got rocked.
3-0 for Patrick. As Garcia back in on the right side. Garcia draws a walk. Run number 26 comes into the half inning, a 31-0 lead. As Strittmatter touches home plate from third. Brings up Dylan Long. Had a nice shot in his last at-bat.
Yeah, big double to left. Brought in a couple of runs.
He's got 3 runners on the bags. First pitch is outside.
And I can't remember what college it is, but if they were playing right now, they'd have started the ball 5 chant.
I think that's Texas A&M, ain't it?
I think it is A&M.
For long and stays in play, but nobody can get to it down the first base line.
Yeah, because they did it against TCU. And that video went viral on YouTube.
1-1 count to Dylan Long. Here's the pitcher, Patrick, from the right side. Takes his catcher, Gonzalez, out of the crouch. Has to run to save the baseball and does so.
And Patrick is laboring out there.
Hitters count 2-1. The 2-1. Darn,
They called that a strike.
2-2. You know, if you're a Rockingham hitter, too, you don't want to be the guy that gets that second out either. Or that third out.
Right.
Bases loaded for the Cougars. Here's the pitch to Long, way above his head. Full count now, 3-2. Another opportunity for a payoff pitch for Patrick.
He's thrown 92 pitches this inning.
The 3-2. And that's outside, Long to first base. The bases loaded. Deal will score from third base. And Henrik Bjorkheim at the plate.
Reached first after being hit by a pitch earlier in the inning.
12, Gage Rakestraw.
Let's go, Henrik. Let's drive one here. First pitch of the at-bat. Oh, just
Took
laid
a
on it.
cut.
Nice cut, though, from Bjorkheim. The dugout saying swing earlier. 0-1. Here we go. Here we go, Henrik.
Well, make some contact here, bud.
Bouncer in front of the plate. We might have to see a change here with the 105 max pitch limit.
Well, if he does reach 105, they will let him finish the batter that he's on.
That's right. Bases loaded. Breaking
Oh,
ball.
Bjorkheim with
gets contact on it. Slow roller to shortstop. Picked up by Adams. Sort of first.
He beat
Not
the
in
throw.
time. 2 runs here. Here comes Garcia. Bjorkheim to second base after it got past the first baseman. Crowd goes nuts here at Sam Jones. That's awesome. 34-0.
Bjorkheim gets on and it's infield single. Now batting number 12, Gage Rakestraw. On deck, number 5.
So now at the plate for the Cougars is Gage Rakestraw.
Bjorkheim gets an RBI, and another run gets in on the mishandle by the first baseman.
He was out of the box in a hurry.
Oh, yeah, he took off to first like somebody shot him out of a cannon.
29 runs are in this half inning for Rockingham County with 2 runners in scoring position for Rakestraw. The 1-0 with 2 outs.
And
that's a
that's
high
ripped.
fly ball left field. Shading over in center
And he caught it.
is Aristi, who makes the catch for the 3rd out. Are you going to do runs, hits in that? Is your scoreboard?
I mean, I might need a slide rule, a calculator, and abacus at this point.
29
runs. I
in the
can
bottom half
count
of the second
that.
inning. We got that. We don't know how many are earned, how many are not. That's all relative at this point. 34-0 lead for the Cougars, and Revis will take the mound. .32 pitches so far for Nate Revis. A strikeout in the first, 2 in the second. Got a double play in the first inning. And a ground out after back-to-back strikeouts in the second. He's had a great outing thus far. A 0.00 ERA on the season for the righty.
29 runs on 9 hits. They had 9 hits in that inning.
Okay. I should have never doubted your scorebook skills. I don't know why. I didn't think you'd pull something together. So your defense, Page is at first. Rakestraw is at second. Deal moves over from third base to short. Dylan Long is at third base. Stripmiter in center field. Going to see in right field, I believe, is Henrik Bjorkheim.
He scores from other sports for Rockingham. Varsity girls soccer played Moorhead tonight.
Can't quite see who's in left field.
7-1. And varsity softball also played Moorhead. Oh no, that's not right. Hold on. Wrong person. Varsity softball played Eastern Guilford and won 17 tonight.
Left field, it looks like it's Goots in left field.
Leading things off
As Revis toes the rubber.
the top of the third will be number 8.
First pitch from Revis.
It was called a ball.
1-0. Fastball. That's Jackson at the plate. It's a strike.
Yep, Damian Jackson.
Started at center field, moved to second base after the pitching change. 2-1.
Revis left that one up just a little bit.
Revis with 3 strikeouts thus far. There's a strike.
Hit the outside corner.
Cutting fastball, 2-2. 2-2 offering high.
Ooh.
Just at the shoulders inside from Revis. 3-2.
Tailed it in just a little bit.
3-2 is right down the plate. Caught him looking for strike 3. Bring up the first baseman, Bailey.
6-pitch strikeout.
4 on the evening for Revis. Nice fastball at the waist. Inside. Strike 1. And that's
nice
number
pitch.
2. Nice cutting fastball, I believe, for a strike.
Bared
0-2.
it down on the low outside corner at the knees.
The 0-2
Oh.
pitch. 3 straight strikes. That one caught the outside part of the plate. Back-to-back looking. Brings up Ravnell. Ravnell from the right side. Righty versus righty. The pitch. He tries the bunt attempt. Pulls it back. It's a strike. Made a comeback. First couple pitches that first at bat. Find your location in the deal the way he has the last 2 at bats. Good look for Revis.
I'll tell you, it's a miracle that he has the accuracy that he does as long as he was off the mound for that second inning.
Righty versus righty, the 1-1. Just missed outside, 2-2.
They were getting that strike call against Southern Guilford.
Here's the 2-1, a fastball just on the outside, 2-2. Can Revis make it back-to-back-to-back strikeouts? He checked
He
swing,
did.
got him inside. 6 strikeouts for Revis, and that will end the ball game. 34-0 win for the Cougars.
There has been a change to the schedule. We will play Reedsville tomorrow night here at home. We're moving the Smith game to Thursday instead of Friday because Smith will be playing basketball also on Friday. So we'll be playing at Smith on Thursday.
So 29 runs in the second inning, 5 in the first.
Smith on Thursday.
The Revis final line. 3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, and a walk. If you just heard the PA announcer.
No hitter.
Heard the PA announcer. We'll be back here Wednesday for Reedsville and Rockingham County. You can join us here on RoCo Radio. The Smith game, which was originally scheduled for Friday, with Smith advancing to the state finals in basketball, that game will be moved up to Thursday at Ben L. Smith. So we'll have that coverage for you Wednesday. Hatley will have the call here tomorrow from Sam Jones Baseball Complex. You ready for rivalry baseball?
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing these Rockingham County Cougars again. They've played solid both the outings that I've seen them. And, I'm looking forward personally to seeing Reedsville play as they're being coached by Mike Elrod, who I played ball with in high school.
That's going to be awesome. Can't wait for it. We'll have your pregame show right here on RoCo Radio and first pitch from Sam Jones Baseball Complex. And join us on Thursday from Lawrence Joel Veterans Coliseum as we bring you the state semifinals, the West Finals, Reedsville and Bandy's number 15 versus number 1. We'll have your pregame show starting at 7:30 live from inside the home of Wake Forest. We'll bring you that action, and then if Reedsville can win, we'll be back on Saturday as well for the state championship game from Lawrence Joel. Final score here, a 34-0 win. Rockingham County with 29 runs in the second inning, 5 in the first, 6 strikeouts for Nate Revis on the mound. Back to big boy baseball tomorrow, Reidsville and Rockingham County. For Jonathan Hatley, I'm Joe Dexter. Glad to have you on the broadcast. Any final thoughts there you wanted to share from the scorebook, or you good?
I mean, it was just a.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah, the score speaks for itself. I'll count up my stats at home, and that way I'll have them for tomorrow. Not that I think I'll need them. This was just a blowout of epic proportions, which is about what we expected.
We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow for Rockingham County and Reidsville. Final score 34-0. Have a great night, everybody.